so alright, we're is the pot. Okay, now it's green. Here's a fun fact. I grew up in Hong Kong and lived there for 10 years. I went to middle and high school there, and I considered it my home for a very long time. Today we're flying from Taiwan to Hong Kong with EVA Airlines. I usually call it EVA Airlines, but they announced it as EVA Airlines. It was a short and comfortable flight, and before I knew it, we were landing in Hong Kong. I'm in Hong Kong, and it's only an hour and a half flight away from Taiwan, so it's like really easy to get to. Let's see how Hong Kong goes. This is Hong Kong International Airport. This is the arrivals hall, and now I'm gonna take the bus instead of Hong Kong Express train just because I don't have to transfer to the MTR. So in Taiwan, it's called MRT, but in Hong Kong, it's the MTR. It's surprisingly very quiet and not super crowded, which is so nice, and I just feel so relaxed being here. I decided to take the bus because it'll stop right at my hotel, and I wasn't in a rush at all. The bus is really easy to navigate, and you can pay with cash, e-payments like Apple Pay, buy a physical ticket, or use Hong Kong's Octopus card. My Octopus card actually expired since I haven't been back in so long, so I ended up using Apple Pay, which was so convenient. The feeling of returning to a place you once called home is such a bittersweet feeling. All my memories of growing up in Hong Kong are going to school here and all the shenanigans one gets into in middle and high school in this especially beautiful and insanely unique city. I definitely took this city for granted and didn't realize how lucky I was, how unique of an upbringing I had, and how I one day wouldn't call this home anymore. Double-decker buses are so smart, and I really think every country should adopt these. If you can get seats in the front row, I'd highly recommend it. The views are incredible, and the closest city that is like Hong Kong is New York. But New York is still nowhere close to what this city is like. I'm staying in Causeway Bay, and it is the perfect neighborhood to stay in as it's close to everything and has everything here, so you don't even need to leave. I would spend so much time here in high school with my friends, so it was very nostalgic staying here. I'm staying in the Park Lane Hotel, a popular hotel that everyone in Hong Kong seems to know. It's my first time staying in a hotel in Hong Kong actually, now that my family has moved out, and it was a lot more spacious than I thought it'd be. We're in the hotel room. We're doing a room tour. So we have our twin beds, which is great. And this looks like an architectural error because I can barely fit through this. And we have gorgeous city view of the roof of that building. There's the safe, slippers, robes as well. Yoga mat, which I appreciate. And there's also a gym, so I might just use the gym. And now, let's check out the see-through bathroom. Here is the bathroom. So as you can see through the beds. And a shower and tub. They use Co-Bigelow, which I am a fan of. Home, cotton buds, dental kit. Right, and for being in Hong Kong where real estate is really small, this is actually quite cute. There's a rooftop bar at the hotel called Sky with incredible views of the harbor. I thought the prices were insanely expensive though. It was comparable to New York City prices, and after being in Taiwan where everything is so much cheaper, I was shocked by how expensive this bar is. So instead, we left the hotel to get some local food at Causeway Bay. Hong Kong is so lively and there's people everywhere, even late on a weekday night. I love how convenient everything is in Hong Kong though, and we got a late dinner at a hole-in-the-wall local cha chan thing. Cha chan things are a typical Cantonese tea restaurant serving all the Hong Kong staples. We ordered the fish ball and seafood rice noodles and the beef tripe rice noodles. The noodles here were so delicious and piping hot. The next day, we started the morning off with some coffee from the hotel and then headed off to 7-Eleven for a quick snack to hold us over before we hopped on the MTR to Kowloon. We're really hungry, so grabbing a bite. The The MTR is the subway system in Hong Kong, and it's incredibly reliable, clean, and modern. The MTR is always on time, there's always air conditioning, and there are these gates so no one can fall onto the tracks. They announce each station clearly in Cantonese, Mandarin, and English, and even say which side the doors will open from. And each station is a different color with signs everywhere, so it's hard to miss a stop. It is wireless charging, and they even have ports. So we're in Kowloon now, which is a lot more local and less touristy. And our first stop is to get some traditional dim sum. This Full Gold restaurant is a super traditional and authentic dim sum place where you mark your orders on a menu paper and clean your utensils with hot tea. Make sure to order our favorites: steamed rice roll with shrimp, pai guat or pork ribs, shu mai, and char si bao. You can't go wrong with any dim sum restaurant in Hong Kong. So I'm actually here to visit my favorite facial lady that I regularly went to in high school when I was hormonal and breaking out. My skin is currently the worst it's ever been right now, so this Hong Kong trip was perfect so I could make an appointment with my facial lady. She's the absolute best. She's so thorough, does extractions, puts on masks. It's super affordable, and I haven't been able to find something like this here in New York. Once I was done with my facial, I used Google Maps to map my way to a huge new landmark and mall called K11 Musea. I've never been before and wanted to check it out. While I was looking on maps to see what was around that area, I saw that Jenny's Bakery was just a few walks away. So I decided to get off the bus early and go to Jenny's Bakery. So Jenny's Bakery is probably the best souvenir you can buy from Hong Kong. It's this melt-in-your-mouth delicious butter cookies that come in this iconic teddy bear tin. And it's at a new location now, so it was a bit difficult to find, but there are signs everywhere, and once you go upstairs, you'll find lots of people all here for the same, lining up for butter cookies. Here is the TST Avenue of the Stars and the popular skyline of Hong Kong. It's really hot today. And just look at this amazing skyline. And little pirate boat. It was so hot though, so I quickly made my way to the entrance of K11 Musea, and holy cow, it was a ginormous maze inside with tunnels leading to all these other landmarks and buildings. So here's a map, and basically it's underground and you can get to any of these places. And being how hot it is in Hong Kong, there's all these tunnels and underground malls. So as you can see, it's just all underground. It just keeps going and going. So let's go find the mall. I stopped by the Glasshouse Greenery for a coffee pick-me-up, but saw that they actually have an afternoon tea option that's pretty affordable. However, we are on a mission to go to Fortnum Mason for their afternoon tea because it's iconic, and one must get afternoon tea when one is in Hong Kong. This is one of the best afternoon teas in Hong Kong. It's called 181 at Fortnum Mason, located in TST. Afternoon tea starts from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and we were seated by the windows with a stunning view of Victoria Harbour. We went all out and ordered some champagne and got the classic afternoon tea, which consists of finger sandwiches, scones, and afternoon tea cake that costs 588 Hong Kong dollars, so around 75 USD per person. They also have other options on the menu like Thai and vegetarian afternoon tea, which serves different foods and entrees. It is pricey for Hong Kong, but the food is all you can eat, so you can fill up on a delightful selection of sandwiches, cakes, and the best teas from all over the world. Everything here is beautifully plated, fancy, and all so delicious. Hong Kong, amazing skyline. We're at TST Avenue of the Stars. Just finished afternoon tea. All right, let's take the ferry. And go I love taking the ferry when I get the chance to in Hong Kong. It's a relaxing and scenic route to travel from Kowloon to Hong Kong Island and even to the different islands like Lantau, Cheung Chau, and Llama Island. Since it was sunset, we were keen to see the views of Victoria Harbour and hoped we would catch the light show, but that started at 8 p.m. and right now it was too early. The light show is officially called a Symphony of Lights and is illuminated with synchronized lights, lasers, and LED screens from over 40 buildings on both sides of the harbor and happens every night at 8 p.m. that lasts about 10 minutes. For our last morning in Hong Kong before we head to the airport, we're gonna fill up on a traditional breakfast from Lucky Star and buy some dan tat egg tarts from Bakehouse. Definitely check out my next video, which is a deep dive on all the food we ate in Hong Kong because it deserves its own video. This is Hong Kong Times Square. Usually there's like a lot of decoration. The street is really popular and lots of people, but on a Sunday, it's kind of quiet. I used to always come here as a kid and have gai dan zai, but now they have all these different kind of flavors. That's our go-to. And I wanted to check out Times Square before leaving because I used to come here all the time with my friends from school. Hello from Hong Kong's Times Square. There's also Times Square here in Hong Kong. Then we hopped on the Airport Express bus and headed to the airport. Since today is a Sunday, you can see all the helpers on their day off congregating and meeting up with each other. Before we get on our flight, we had to check out the new Chase Sapphire Lounge in Terminal 1 near Gate 40. You can visit if you have Priority Pass, a Chase Sapphire Reserve card, or a Lounge Key membership. There's so much gourmet food here, and the food is definitely a highlight. There's a hot foods buffet, and you can order from their menu using the QR code and getting it delivered to your table. We ordered one of everything to try, and it was all fresh, hot, and delicious. There's also a bar with an extensive selection of alcoholic beverages, including cocktails that the mixologist will make on the spot and other refreshing options. There are 4 sections with a lot of seating, a quieter pod area, and individual booths to work and take calls. Of course, there's Wi-Fi, and we managed to get some work done here. Hope you enjoyed watching my time in Hong Kong, and thanks for watching. Yummy. Melon.
Doing this thing.